In our previous video that we've just watched, I showed you how that once you got to this part here, where you had the red face completed, or whichever side you decided to pick from the start, when that's completed and you've finished the first two layers, then you get to this point where your goal is to get a top cross. There were three ways that, or three scenarios that you could be faced with. You could either have a dot, as we've got in this case, a line, which we had in the previous video, or a backwards L, which we also had in the previous video. We're going to go through what happens if you have a dot. Well, if you have a dot, it actually doesn't change a single thing. You keep doing exactly what you did for each of the other steps. So it just means you'll have to do it 3 times before you get the full top cross. So we do it again. Rotate the front clockwise. So we bring up the 3 reds, in my case, on the left hand side of the cube. You knock the top off by rotating the top around. You bring up a second set of reds on the front. You reattach to the 3 reds on the side. You put these 2 back down first, and you finally put these 3 back down to the bottom. So as you can see, it hasn't messed up anything on the bottom, nothing in the first 2 layers, and now we've got a line, which is what we had in the other video. So same thing, you just keep going and doing the same series of moves. So that's why it's called an algorithm, because you keep doing it until you reach the next checkpoint. So I'll do it a little bit quicker. Bring up the 3, knock off, bring up a second set of 2 on the front, reattach, send the 2 down, then send the 3 down. And like in the previous one, we have that little backwards L. So if that's in your bottom right hand corner, then it doesn't really look like a backwards L. So what you need to always make sure is it goes to your top left hand corner. That's why I like to say backwards L, because it's left, should be in the top left. Even though, as I said, it looks like a P, we're focusing on these 3 ones here. So you do that again. Around, second set up, reattach, down, and front. So that was a little bit quicker, but as you can see, it took us 3 times doing the exact same thing to go from just a dot to an entire top cross. 2 times from a line to a full top cross, and if you've got the backwards L, then it will only take you 1 time to get to this point. And that is the 4th step.